I think that's what it takes to just be a successful person. Like if you did an exam and you got a C, you'd want to make sure next time you come back to get a B. And then if you got a B, you'd want to make sure you got an A. And if you start off in the working sector and you're at the lower level, your goal is to work your way up to potentially becoming a CEO. I don't think running is any different to any other sport or any other part of life. It's just setting yourself a goal and making sure that as you're working along, you can be better than what you previously were.
Yeah. So you were mentored by Steve Monaghetti, who is an Australian running icon, several Olympics and gold in the 94 Commonwealth Games. What did you learn from Steve throughout your career?
Probably the biggest takeaway that I got from Steve was just the mental side of sport. So many people can be extremely talented with their training, but when they get to the race, all of a sudden the butter melts. And with Steve, just learned that everything you do in training is a small percentage to the racing side, and the racing side is about the mental attitude. And when I first started training with Steve, I was competitive with Steve, but every time I went out to race, absolutely thumped. And I could never work out why I could be competitive with him with training, but then when it came to racing, I couldn't. And it took a couple of years to learn the mental psychology of it and what was required, and to realize that, again, that training is a small component of what's required. But then going into races, it's the mental side of things. It's the psychological parts of things. And when the race gets really hard, like how much do you want it? How much can you dig? And we're all talented when we stand on the start line, but when the gun goes off, the difference is more mental than physical. And so Steve taught me a lot in regards to that. And I have obviously the notoriety of being one of Australia's toughest athletes. And that's really due to Steve, in knowing that when I went out there to race, that I had to bleed. If I didn't cross that finish line knowing that I'd given everything, then I didn't race to my best.